Hey guys, how is it going? We're gonna wait for some people to get in here on the chat. I'm sending out the tweet right now, let you guys know that we're live, and then we'll talk about No Mercy. Gonna be a not that long of a show here today. No Mercy was an all right show with two good, I guess you can say, two good matches. The rest of the matches were whatever. There was a couple bad matches, there were a couple good matches, but hey, all in all, it wasn't a bad show. I've really it could have been worse. So as we wait for some people to come in before we get this ball rolling. All right, so let's run down No Mercy. It's October 9th from the brand new Golden One Arena in Sacramento, California. Now, this was only the third ever event in this arena, and they did a good number for the crowd. I heard from people that were actually there that there was a lot of people there. It was pretty packed. I don't know if it was sold out, but it was pretty good number. All right, so the show opens up. We'll start off with the pre-show. They had advertised Kurt Hawkins was going to make his big debut, and he was there. Came out to the ring and says, "All right, so I got an announcement. On Tuesday, I'm going to have my first match." And it's like, really? Really? Okay, whatever. Then we get a tag team match. It was last minute addition. I think they added it either late yesterday or early today. It was American Alpha and the Hype Bros taking on the Ascension and the VOD Villains. And Mauro Ranallo, JBL, they kept saying over and over again during this match, whoever wins this match, they're going to show that they're contenders and they should get a shot at the tag titles. Well, in the end of this match, it was American Alpha and the Hype Bros going over the Ascension and the Vaudevillains when American Alpha hit the Grand Amplitude on on Aiden English to get the win. So the show starts off, and we learned earlier in the day that, hey, the main event, well, what was supposed to be the main event, is actually going to open the show. Yes, the world title match opened the show, so we started off, and it's AJ Styles, John Cena, and Dean Ambrose, triple threat, first thing. Now, the reason they did this, it was most likely, it wasn't told to me this way, but this is the perception I got, that they did it because they didn't want this match going up against the debate, or I think it was the Giants Packers football game. They said heavy competition, we want this match to be seen, so, we're going to put it on first. Now, with doing that, I'll get to this in a little bit towards the end here, but it kind of made it to where they put a bad match on last. But anyways, we're not there yet. So the match starts off with the big melee, and that continued for a little bit. Lots and lots of near falls early. Cena squared off with Styles at the beginning. Later, Styles squared off with Ambrose, and it went back and forth quite a bit. All three men kept trading near falls, and the pace was very, very fast. Like, this was a quick-paced match, and I thought, are they rushing it? Are they, trying to end the match quick? No, they really weren't, but it just, like I said, the pacing of this match was really quick. The action was wild with some unbelievable high spots, like, and then they teased a false finish when Dean Ambrose put the calf crusher on AJ Styles. John Cena ran over, put the STF on AJ Styles, and he ends up tapping. The referee calls for the bell, and then all of a sudden says, no, never mind, we're restarting the match. So essentially, first thing that popped in my mind was, you restart the match, what are you going to do? Eliminate AJ since he tapped? He's not in the match anymore. He's done. No, AJ was still in it. They go about 4 to 5 more minutes, And at the end, John Cena hits an avalanche AA onto Dean Ambrose, and before he can even move, like, they come off the top rope, both men crash and burn, and before he can even move, AJ Styles comes in with a chair and he starts measuring up John Cena. Cena finally gets up, gets hit with a chair a couple times. AJ gets the pin. Boom. So from here, then we see the next match is Nikki Bella versus Carmella. And the first thing I thought was, okay, if AJ Styles, John Cena, and Dean Ambrose is supposed to be the main event, this almost looks like they took the script, the card, whatever you're going to call it, and they just flipped it upside down. Because if you think about it, the match that went on last, Wyatt and Orton, could have worked going on first. So the way that the order of the show really seemed like, they wanted this world title match first. Let's just flip everything upside down. Anyways, the title match was good. It was better than good. It was a really, really, really good match. And it keeps all three guys in contention because you think, okay, Dean Ambrose didn't get pinned. Dean Ambrose didn't lose. So he should be the next guy to face AJ one-on-one for the title. Then you think, okay, well, AJ tapped out to essentially both guys at the same time. So both men can say, I made the champ tap. I made him tap out. Give me a shot. Give me a title match. And with AJ pinning John Cena, my thinking is he's pinned Cena 3 times this year, essentially. So maybe Cena's finally going to get that big win over AJ as the champion, getting championship number 16. So the next match comes up, and it's Nikki Bella versus Carmella, and this match was all that we expected. Nothing great, but it could have been worse. We see that Carmella's not that great in the ring. She's decent. She's got about 5 moves, and she hit them all in the first 60 seconds. Then there's some neck holds, and there's a couple botch spots, and in the end, Nikki Bella hits her TKO, which seems like her new finisher. It's like she wants to show how strong she is and putting all these women up on her back and up on her shoulders like the Rack Attack was, but instead of coming down and putting the pressure on her neck, she hits him with a TKO, flattens him out, and there we go. Then we get a backstage segment with The Miz. He cuts a promo on Shane and Daniel Bryan saying that, Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, they give Dolph Ziggler opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and it's their fault that it's come to this. It's their fault that Dolph Ziggler is putting his career on the line because they've really made him feel like he deserves this opportunity. And I could see how the Miz can say that. I mean, they've given him shot after shot after shot. So it's just like, oh, they'll give me another shot. But this time you can't get another shot, buddy, if your career's on the line. So let me go back to the ring, and we have the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. We have Heath Slater and Rhino defending against the Usos. So to start off the match, the Usos briefly worked over Heath Slater before singling out Rhino and getting the heat on him. Heath then ran wild off a hot tag until he got cut off by one of the Usos. The Usos tried to take out Heath Slater's knee like we've seen them do in a lot of their matches here recently since their heel turn, and one of the Usos applied the Tequila Sunrise before Rhino ran in, hit a gore on him, and got the win. This really surprised me. This was a shocker, as I felt the Usos were going to go over and get the tag titles, especially after seeing American Alpha get the win, get the actual pinfall earlier in the night. I just thought they get the win in this 8-man. They're the ones that got the pinfall. It sets them up as contenders, legitimate contenders over anybody else in the division. Usos win the titles. There's your feud going forward. I mean, maybe you get one more shot for Heath and Rhino, their rematch, and then American Alpha come in. No, Heath and Rhino are still the champs. I just hope we don't get for a third pay-per-view in a row, Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos. Next up, we go to a backstage segment with Bray Wyatt. He's sitting in a rocking chair, and he starts talking in some weird gibberish. I don't know exactly what he's saying. And he just says that, you should fear for Randy Orton and what I'm going to do to him. And then we have Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin. And about 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds into this match, the crowd starts booing, saying boring, and they just want this match over quicker than it started. And to be honest, this wasn't even the worst match of the night, but it ended up Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Jack Swagger and gets the victory. And then we go to the match that should have been the main event, even if the world title match wasn't billed as the first match of the show and everything. This match stole the show. This match was great. The Intercontinental Championship versus the career. This was a great, amazing match. First quarter to half of the match, in my opinion, was the pacing was slow. It was like at first I was like, wow, this match isn't that great. This match is just, I've seen better. But it was because they were building it up. They were having a normal match at first, and then, like I said, about a quarter of the way to halfway through, they stepped it up. And then I sit in here and I'm thinking, you know what? The reason this match was slow to start is because they're telling a story. They know that they're going to have to give it their all, so maybe at the beginning they don't want to exude themselves and tire themselves out before the climax of the match, before the match really gets going and, you know, it's heated. So let's run this match down. The bell rings and both men get a feel for each other. Like I said, it's kind of slow. Dolph tries a super kick early. Miz avoids it, goes for the roll up 2 count. Dolph then hits a leaping lariat but is slingshotted to the outside by Miz. Dolph heads back into the ring, hits a big drop kick, then a lariat, and both men crash over the top rope to the floor. They get back in the ring. Miz kicks the middle rope into Dolph's crotch as he was trying to get back in, and the distraction allows a little momentum shift for the Miz. Match goes on, and the Miz is in control. He starts doing a bunch of Daniel Bryan stuff like we've seen from the Miz recently. He does the yes chant. He does the multiple drop kicks into the corner. And the Miz starts the gloat for the crowd, before hitting, like I said, the 3 running drop kicks in the corner, reminiscent of Daniel Bryan. Now, I don't know where this is all leading to with the Miz mocking Daniel Bryan over and over in all his matches, stealing Daniel Bryan's moves, because from all we know, Daniel ain't gonna wrestle again, at least not in the WWE. So them teasing this, it's like, why? Why are you teasing this? Because it's not gonna pay off to anything other than maybe finally Daniel Bryan says, I'm picking so and so to represent me against you, Miz, and he's gonna defeat you on my I don't know, on my behalf. Well, anyways, back to the match at hand. So the Miz stands up and drops his knee into the back of Dolph's thigh. Dolph kicks Miz away, but Miz is quick to attack, sending Dolph right back into the corner and wrapping his leg up around the ropes, making it an easy target for another dropkick. But Ziggler wraps up the Miz and goes for a small package, gets a 2 count. Miz connects with the corner dropkick after breaking out of the pin, and then heads to the top rope. Ziggler hits the ropes and crotches the Miz on the top turnbuckle. Ziggler heads up after the Miz and tries a superplex, but the Miz sandbags Ziggler and won't get over. Miz fights Ziggler off and tries for a sunset bomb, but Ziggler holds on. Miz gets Ziggler in the powerbomb position, but slams him into the ropes, allowing Ziggler to pop back up, counter into a roll-up, but only get a 2 count. So it was essentially, he had Ziggler up for a powerbomb, and he bounced him. He did the powerbombing motion, but bounced him off the top rope, and it was pretty cool. He did it again in the match a little bit, not too long later, actually. Miz pops right back up and locks in the figure 4, causing Ziggler to start screaming out in pain. Ziggler almost goes down for the 3 count as, he's laying on his back. 1, 2, pop that shoulder up. And as the Miz has got the figure 4 in, he's just refusing. I'm not going to tap. Finally, he gets to the ropes, and the ref's got to break it up. Maurice then jumps up on the ring apron and she starts trying to distract the referee, and The Miz takes off the top turnbuckle pad in the corner on the opposite side of the ring. Ziggler hits a leaping leg lariat, pretty much like a Rough Rider, and that's what JBL called. I think it was JBL. JBL said Rough Rider, and puts Miz down, but it only gets a 2 count. Ziggler then starts grabbing at his knee as he stands up, and he had him in the figure 4. He's got the knee worked on earlier in the match, and now it's become a problem. Ziggler tries to hit the zigzag, but Miz fights it off. Miz sends Ziggler into the exposed turnbuckle, then connects with a slingshot powerbomb, sending Ziggler off the ropes first before slamming him into the mat. Like that powerbomb I told you where he bounced him off the ropes. He did it again here, but it's still not enough to put Dolph Ziggler away. Miz then does the Daniel Bryan repeated kicks, but when he goes for the big kick at the end, Dolph Ziggler ducked and he connected with the zigzag there, but he's still not able to keep the Miz down as he only gets a 2 count. Ziggler then quickly jumps out of the pin attempt, gets on the Miz's back, and he goes for a sleeper hold. He locks it in with the damn scissors around his waist, and Miz is able to make it to the bottom rope as the move was put on right next to the ropes. So really, Miz just was there anyways. Ziggler had to break it up. Maurice then as they were getting ready to get up, the referee got distracted by the Miz. Maurice comes over, sprays the perfume again, like we saw at Backlash, in the eyes of Dolph Ziggler, and Miz connects with the skull-crushing finale. He goes for the pin, but at the last moment, a blind Dolph Ziggler, and the referees called this dumb luck, a blind Dolph Ziggler gets his foot on the bottom rope, breaking up the pinfall, essentially. Miz is furious at this point. He's like fuming. He starts attacking Ziggler right away, driving his knee into Dolph Ziggler's knee and wrenching at it. He's setting him up, trying to get him down so he can hit that figure 4 again. Miz then rips off Ziggler's boot, just like we saw with Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20. And then we see the Spirit Squad come out right after Ziggler hit a big no boot super kick on the Miz. As the Miz is laid out in the middle of the ring, like I said, the Spirit Squad come out, Kenny and Mikey, and they run down and they try to distract Dolph Ziggler, and it works for a second. They get the referee distracted, and Mikey's out there with Maurice on ringside, and you see Kenny running around the ring apron like, what the hell are you doing? And then eventually, the referee looks at all 3 of them and says, you know what? Get out of here. Sends them to the back. The Miz sees all this and he's furious, not wanting them sent away. And as he turns around, the Miz hits him with a huge super kick. 1, 2, 3. The place erupts as Dolph Ziggler is the new Intercontinental Champion and does not retire. Like, this match should have went on last. If you heard the reaction from the crowd, this was one of the biggest pops for a finish I've heard in quite some time in the WWE. Like, you would think, okay, Dolph Ziggler wins a match, the crowd, they cheer. No, this place erupted something fierce. Something, I don't even know how to explain it. I thought they were going to blow the roof off this place. So then after we see Dolph celebrate for a minute, we get another backstage segment, and it's Randy Orton. He's in, I guess, a bathroom, and he's looking in the mirror, and then the mirror starts to distort his face, and this creepy music plays, and it's like, are you freaking kidding me? This stupid stuff, like, I know it's supposed to be Bray Wyatt, and he's creepy and playing mind games, but how are we supposed to take any of that serious? So then Alexa Bliss comes down, and before this, we were told, Becky Lynch is not going to be able to wrestle tonight. She's got a medical condition that's keeping her out of the ring, and we actually saw this tweet. Let me pull it up here for you guys. We had Becky sent out this tweet. It says, "Thank you all for the thoughts. I promise I'll do everything I can to get back ASAP and defend my title. I'm watching closely tonight." They said that Becky has a medical condition that is keeping her out of the ring. And like I told you guys earlier in the day, what it is really unknown, but she was told by doctors that she has some sort of a medical condition and she's not allowed to take anything physical. She can't take a bump. She can't throw a punch. Nothing. She can't do anything right now. So Alexa Bliss comes out and she says, I was supposed to fight for the championship tonight, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, all you're doing is you're keeping her away from me because you know what I'm going to do to her. You know that I'm going to take the title from her, and you don't want that to happen. There's no woman here that holds a candle to me. And then the lights kind of go out, and here comes Naomi. And remember when I said Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin wasn't the worst match of the night? It's because this was the worst match of the night. The match was just sloppy. They messed up about 50,000 moves. Every move almost was botched. And I don't know if you put that on Naomi or if you put that on Alexa or if you just put it on both of them. But the match was horrible. It was, like I said, the worst match of the night. And then you think, okay, Alexa Bliss is supposed to get a title match. She's not getting it. She's going to go over to keep her credibility as the number one contender. And then what happens? Naomi gets the win. Like, I know it's an old school thinking. It's, well, we knew the champ was gonna win, so let's give this replacement a win because hey, it's a last minute replacement. The crowd wasn't really expecting it, so they won't think she's gonna win. She gets the win. It's dumb. Now what are they gonna do? Throw Naomi in there as a third person? No, we already know Alexa Bliss. Daniel Bryan announced on Talking Smack after No Mercy, Alexa Bliss will get her one-on-one championship match against Becky Lynch November 9th in Glasgow, England. I don't know. I guess this is a SmackDown. They didn't say if it's a SmackDown. I know it's on a pay-per-view. But I don't know if it's a SmackDown or just a live event or what. I would assume it's a SmackDown. So that's when the match is going to happen. So essentially, it seems like Becky's out for a month. I don't know if she's going to come back early. I don't know if she can just be on TV and try to not get physical. But more news should come out soon on exactly what this medical condition is. Because Alexa Bliss came out. She goes, she's got a medical condition, not wrestling related. What is it? A hangnail? Now we don't know what this medical condition is exactly, but hey, it it's whatever. She can't wrestle right now, so they tried to throw Naomi in there and screwed it all up. So then we go to the main event. Well, I guess you can call it the main event, the last match of the night, which shouldn't have been the last match of the night. Now, there's a part in this match where you can think, oh, maybe. Let me just run down the match, and I'll get to that. So it was in this heated grudge match. They started off with basic collar and elbow tie-up. They grappled in the ring before the brawl ended up erupting moments later on the outside. Wyatt began to pummel Orton, methodically working him over. Wyatt missed a senton off the top, and Orton started to fire up. What it was they started to counter each other. They're still fighting outside. It goes back and forth, and then finally Randy Orton's laid out on the ring steps. Bray Wyatt goes over to the barricade. He runs at Randy Orton, jumps up for a, I guess, diving, no, not a diving, but just a senton splash. Orton moves out of the way. Excuse me. Orton moves out of the way. Bray crashes onto the steel steps, and Orton gets control. Orton starts beating down Bray. He's slamming his head into the announce table. He then takes him and he backdrops him on the barricade before, they both get back into the ring. Orton, as they're getting in the ring, grabs Bray Wyatt. He hits him with his DDT off the middle ropes, and then the lights go out. And my head starts spinning because before the match, I was told from somebody in the arena, hey, they just stuck somebody under the ring. I can't tell you exactly who it was, but they stuck somebody under the ring. So my first initial thing was, it can't be Eric Rowan because he just had surgery. He's out. It's probably Luke Harper, but he's been working Raw. He was just in South America yesterday for Raw. So now I'm thinking maybe it's not Luke Harper. And then the next thing I think is, excuse me, I think, wait. This is why the match is going on last. Now, last week on Smackdown, Bray Wyatt kept referencing a Sister Abigail like always, but this was more of a she's a physical thing now. She's a real person, still alive, can be here. So my thinking was this match is going on last because they're debuting Sister Abigail. This makes sense. The lights come back on, and it's Luke Harper with his tongue sticking out. Randy Orton doesn't know what to do, so Bray Wyatt grabs him, hits the Sister Abigail, gets the win. I'm sitting here like, really? This went on last? When you could have put the match of the night, Ziggler versus Miz, on last? At least that was a title match and a career match and a good match. This was a decent match. And you end it like this? It made no sense why this match went on last. Like I said, at first I thought, maybe Sister Abigail's coming. Maybe that's why this is going on last, because it's something big. No. It was junk. Garbage. Now the show itself, I'll tell you, the show was good. It wasn't great, but I'll give the show 2 thumbs up. There was 2 great matches. The opener, the world title match was great, and the Ziggler Miz match, was amazing. But then you had, like I said, you had Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin, which was a boring match. You had Alexa Bliss versus Naomi, which was a horrible disaster of a match. You had Nikki Bella versus Carmella that could have really been worse than it was. And then you had the tag title match. I can't talk tonight, guys. You had the tag title match, which was a good match. It was like you have your level of SmackDown tag team match, and they took it about 1 notch above that. So they did their job. They kind of made a tag match seem a little more important. And then, of course, you had your pre-show match, and you had Kurt Hawkins, the other Edgehead, say, hey, I'm here to tell you I'm Wrestling Tuesday. So, what did you guys think of this show? What were your guys' thoughts of No Mercy? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let's go check out the Twitter poll. We put up a Twitter poll right when the show ended. Let's see what you guys said on Twitter as far as what you guys thought. So you guys, wow. 69% thought the show was great and that you would recommend it. 15% thought it was alright, and 16% it was no good, wouldn't recommend it. Wow, that's a higher percentage of great would recommend than I really thought. But let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Facebook. Let me know on Twitter. Hell, let me know on Instagram your thoughts on No Mercy. What was your favorite match? What match did you just dreadfully hate? What were your thoughts of the world title match going on first and Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt actually going on last? Like I said, the whole card really felt flipped upside down. They thought, okay, we're going to put this world title match on first, so let's just flip it. And the, I guess you could say, order of matches went backwards. But I think, let's see, do we have any questions here in the... Alright, so I think that's going to be about it for this recap of No Mercy. Thank you guys for watching, all you guys that are here live right now. Thank you guys for watching later on, I guess you could say, on demand here on YouTube. Remember, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I do have to get one last plug out. We did release some new t-shirts on our T Public store, so let's take a look at those really fast. We released 4 new t-shirts this week. And if you guys are interested, you can go on TeePublic and check them out. The shirts are on sale right now for $14, and then the next, I think, day or two, they are going to go back up to the normal price of $20. We have the PWU Holy Shit shirt. We have the YouTube Wrestling News shirt. We have our Pro Wrestling Unlimited Attitude Era inspired logo, and the Pro Wrestling Unlimited on YouTube established in 2015 shirt. If you want them, buy them. If not, hey, I understand. But it would help us out a lot, the support, and I just want to say thank you once again to everybody that supports Pro Wrestling Unlimited. You guys that give us all the likes, give us all the shares, give us all the comments, because with, like I say all the time, without you guys, we couldn't do what we do here. So again, thanks for watching our recap and review of No Mercy. I appreciate everybody who watches our videos here on YouTube. And one last thing, Monday night, I live in California, so I actually get WWE 2K17 at 9 p.m. That's Pacific time. I'm going to get the game at 9. I'm going to come home. I'm going to load it up in my PS4. If there's any patches I got to load up on day one, I'm going to load up the patches. Then I'm going to install the game, and I'm going to be live here tomorrow night on Twitter, day one. Sorry, not on Twitter, on YouTube, day one, playing some WWE 2K17. So if you guys want to watch me live stream the game on the day it comes out, come back here tomorrow night after Monday Night Raw and check it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Remember, guys, comment below, like, and share this video, like us on Facebook, and subscribe.